Traveling Golfer has brought you many varied shows, from brand new golf courses to classic golf courses, from public courses to private courses. Today, we bring you a very special rebirth of a historic golf course, the Meadows Country Club in Sarasota, Florida. This rebirth began with a major renovation.
It's been a long time in the construction process, and there's been a lot of anxiety, but there's been a lot of exhilaration.
The members bit the bullet, closed the course, and really rebuilt this golf course from top to bottom. The excitement of this rebirth is amazing, and I think I hear the newborn stirring.
One moment changes everything. Distance, precision, decided in a microsecond. So reduce your ball spin and get the most performance at impact with 4 yards more. A next-gen golf tee proven by pros and players like you. The unique durable design flexes at contact, reducing ball spin, giving you tighter control and more distance. So change your game and get 4 yards more. Brought to you by Greenkeepers. Golf smart.
Ralph Cerny, Vice President, Meadows Country Club, and in the first group to play this reborn golf course. Exciting?
Oh my goodness, we've been looking forward to this for a year and a half. It's been that long in planning, and then the execution of it, of course, didn't begin until April. However, it's a thrill to do this.
Now, you know the course so well. You worked through all of the renovation, but actually playing these pristine new fairways, it's got to have just a feeling of absolute joy.
We have been taking members on tours of the course, and one of the most remarkable aspects of the tours is getting out and actually seeing how plush the fairways are. It's going to be a very different experience for ours. Ours were tired and very thin. Now they're plush and thick, and it's going to be exciting to hit off.
Congratulations to you and all of the members at the Meadows. The Traveling Golfer always brings you some of the most beautiful golf views in all the world. However, this course was still a work in progress when we met with Pat Franklin during the last stages of the major renovation of the Meadows course. As superintendent in charge of the project, he knew the Meadows was soon to be a thing of beauty again. You came on the picture at the Meadows, an old course that has a great history, in 2016.
Correct.
Was the talk there at that time about the renovation?
It was. They had done some small renovations, and it came to the point that they knew they needed to go. It had been about 18, 20 years since they'd renovated the greens before, and they had ran their life. They were ready to go. They were getting tired.
And your pedigree, you have been involved with some golf course construction in the past, so this kind of project was something you knew a bit about.
Correct. Yeah, this is my 8th golf course that I've gotten to be a part of, either rebuilding or building of some type. So it's been exciting, and it's been fun to do the whole project all the way through.
This classic course, designed in the 70s by Joe Lee, renowned architect.
Yes.
And his young protege at that time,
Yeah.
Ron Garl, based in Florida, who then came back to do some of the smaller renovations.
Right.
Obviously regrassing all of the fairways, and that's a big job.
Yes.
Did you burn everything out?
We did. And in addition to that, leveling the tees, because that was another thing we had. The tees weren't as level. So it was good to get them laser leveled and set up for the shot as your tee shot.
Bunkers. Tell us what you did there, because that's a science in itself.
Sure. The bunkers were all renovated, totally renovated. They were cored out, and drain tile was put in the bottom of them, and then we chose to go with capillary concrete.
For our viewers, that's a system that has a number of different purposes. Keeps the gravel from coming up through it,
Right.
keeps weeds down, allows drainage through there, keeps the sand in place.
I'd never used capillary concrete before. I'm thoroughly impressed. We've had some big rainstorms. The sand's not moving in it, staying right where it should be. The bunkers are staying firm. Should make for a really, really good shot for golfers. I laugh when I see it down there. It looks like a large Rice Krispie treat is what it looks like when it's down in there, but it drains. And I tried to purposely flood one out and I couldn't flood it out. So I think it'll handle any kind of rain that we have here in Florida. We got rid of some of the big, large bunkers and we went to some smaller bunkers, scaled down the footprint of the bunkers just to make more of the pitch shot and bump shot around the greens a lot more important.
And then the green complexes, and that's where the work really began.
Right. You know, the green layouts, we changed quite a bit. It's a whole different layup into the shots.
And then, to golfers, the most important thing, the putting surface itself. You went with the hot one that is being used all over in this area of Florida now.
Yeah, we chose Tiff Eagle. Tiff Eagle, and I'm really impressed with how it's been doing.
It's a hybrid Bermuda, handles the heat, but gives the opportunity to put a pretty good putting stroke on it.
It'll putt very, very true. On the toughest putt is that flat putt, so you want it to not be inhibited by any grain.
Now it's time for our Strakaline putt of the day. No buried elephants on the greens at the Meadows. However, you're still going to need help from the Strakaline Green Reading Guide because with the renovation, all of the greens are new greens. Strakaline, help you make those putts. So a complex like this here, let's take this as an example,
Sure.
number 15 green.
Sure.
What exactly was involved in all the work?
We repurposed everything we had. So the gravel that was in the greens was repurposed and put around trees. This green behind us was totally different. The green was to the left. We've shifted it to the right, brought it closer to the water. Bunkers are all different on it. It is a different shot to come into it, but there's also a very friendly approach into it. On the left, you can come into it pretty easily.
There's aesthetics that come into play when you're doing all of this, and some of that has to do with trees that you leave in, trees that you take out.
We went through a formal tree pruning. I don't think the trees had been pruned for at least the years I've been here. So it was nice to get in and get those aired up and get rid of some of the older pines that had decayed and died. So we thinned out some canopies where we needed to for sun, and took care of some for even playability that you're actually going to play through.
So many big, beautiful trees, but it's playable. This coquina, not only beautiful, but easy to hit out of. The live oaks, not only on the golf course, but in this entire community, are spectacular.
They are. We did not remove any of those. We did trim quite a few of them to get them a little bit more grass to grow underneath them. Coquina, we used underneath a lot of those areas too. So if we're not can grow grass, I just didn't want them to have to play out of the roots. So we wanted to build that up.
Hands in the dirt on this major renovation. It's the old story. The Meadows, you're not getting older, you're getting better. Tech Talk, for many years telling the inside story of equipment development. Tour Edge founder, President Dave Glod. After all of this information you send out, you've got to get a lot of information back from our viewers. What are you hearing, Dave?
Yeah, the cool thing this year, Tony, is on the Exotics 220, we took a lot of that feedback from demo days from players. And really they were saying, your shaft is one brand and you only have 2 lofts, you don't have a left-handed. So this year we took it to the 9s. 3 shaft weights, one's as low as 39 grams, 50 grams and 60 grams, and all different flexes amongst those, along with a 12-degree driver we added on top of the 9.5 and 10.5. So our fitting capability is quintupled compared to last year. And that's what we really got out of the public this past year.
You viewers talk, Tour Edge listens. That's the feedback between golfer and industry that the traveling golfer tries to promote.
Feel my Tiger Woods, and I chose Bridgestone. I wanted to be with a company that I knew, and then on top of that, that made superior product. So I did. I came back and I started playing with the Bridgestone Tour BXS, and it's allowed me to maintain the spin and the feel I like around the greens, especially my short irons, but also have that penetrating flight through the wind. The aerodynamics have been phenomenal. I know the quality that Bridgestone has, R&D that's available to them, and what they were able to create to help me win golf tournaments.
The entire project to renovate the Meadows is a few years in the coming. Final piece might have been when Tony Johnson came aboard as general manager, because the shovels went in the dirt in May of 2020. Tony, talk about jumping right into the fire.
Well, you know, Tony, this renovation is something that has built up a bunch of excitement from not only our members, but from the community and Sarasota in general. You know, we're so close to downtown. We're a very popular place for people to go, and with 54 holes of golf out here, and now with the private club being renovated, we've got one of the best golf courses in the county.
It certainly has some of the greatest history in the entire Sarasota area, going back to the 70s. Tell us a little bit about the pedigree of the Meadows.
Well, I think one thing that I learned when I got here was it is filled with events in the past that are near and dear to so many hearts in this area and in this community. So much so that there's several of our members are second and third generation members around here. They grew up here with their parents or their grandparents, and they come back to enjoy what is all the beauty here at the Meadows. You know, the Meadows has outlived both you and I. It's been around for so long that the events that they've held and the times that people have had here are really what makes the Meadows. The community itself is unique, is unlike any other community in the area, and that's what brings people back.
Tell us what it was like from an operational standpoint of going into this renovation. Obviously, it meant closing your featured course for a while.
Yeah, which is always a challenge. You know, anytime you've got to close your gym, if you will, of the 54 holes, and not to mention the challenges that presents with membership and future members that are looking to join clubs. It's hard because, you know, you got to take a year off, and taking an off season off here has been met with very positive attitudes from our membership, and I'm happy to say that they're all very excited for, you know, what's been done here, and the result has been just absolutely fantastic.
One of the great bonuses to the renovation at the Meadows Country Club, this 12,000 square foot putting green, perfectly situated right between the driving range and the clubhouse. Imagine all the fun you can have with putting contests on this great new dance floor. With the course reopening in January of 2021, you jump right into the heart of the season in Sarasota. People coming back, finding their course with a new look to it and a rebirth to the entire membership. I'm going to guess that excitement is a big part of the Meadows theme.
It is, and the feedback's been wonderful. You know, I always say that it's better to sell the sizzle than the steak, but in this case, I'm not too sure. What's on the ground out there now and what people are enjoying and what the current membership and the new members are now being able to enjoy at this point, I think really exceeds expectations.
You're very unique. The Meadows course is a private country club in the truest sense of the term, but then you have two courses that are open to the public.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of joining the Meadows Country Club, right? You're not just joining 18 holes, but we have 36 more holes of semi-private golf that does allow public play, but you get that as a member of the Meadows on top of the private club and all the benefits that come along with that. You also get the benefits of 36 more holes of golf to change it up a little bit. And I think that's important in a golfer's life. Every golfer, while they like to play a certain course over and over again, it's nice to play a different track every once in a while.
You have a wonderful clubhouse, restaurants, dining, and social scene that people really take as the center of their personal social life.
This campus is what I like to call it, is quite spread out. And what it offers is 2 restaurants on property. We have 17 hard true tennis courts. We have a junior Olympic sized swimming pool. We have a fitness center. And we have a banquet facility that was renovated that's now offered another venue for not only our members to enjoy, but also an area to attract the view that you see behind us, brides and parties in the Sarasota area. So really just overall, it's been a wonderful situation to be involved in.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
We are professional grade GMC.
The Meadows, a combination of a private country club, 2 daily fee courses, and all of it under an umbrella of the Icon management team.
We operate the management of the facility, and they've been extremely supportive during this whole renovation process.
The 7th green, what a picture.
The finished product has been something that we're all very proud of, and as you can see from the look behind us, this is just a small example of what's out there.
So this par 3 is really an eye catcher when you come up to it, sort of half of an island green, let's say.
We move the green a little bit closer to the water, so a little bit more challenging from that perspective to create some more green-friendly shots around all of the green complexes.
The closely mown areas, of course, also give you a lot more shot options, and that is a buzzword in the world of golf now. The water, which is everywhere here at the Meadows, has been manicured to make it a really aesthetically pleasing feature of the golf course. The greens, for the most part, are fairly gentle, but obviously there's going to be some subtle breaks that you're going to have to learn about. Is there a special flavor to the golf course that people should know about?
You know, I would say it ties into the beauty of the Meadows community as a whole. It's got very large and majestic oaks throughout. So this golf course really gives you that welcome home Florida feel when you play it.
You've got a pretty good finish here at the Meadows you're proud of.
Yeah, that is something we're most proud of. Probably 2 of my favorite holes are on the backside and as you come in, and that's hole 15 and hole 18. 15 is a beautiful par 5. Most notably is your second shot for the longer hitters if it's all carry over a water feature into a bunkered green. And number 18, which is a par 4, promises to be one of the best finishing holes in our county. It offers a beautiful but challenging tee shot and then a green that is surrounded by water on the left side and some mounding on the right side and behind. So it's really going to test the end of your game when everything's on the line.
The exclamation point at the end of the Meadows experience. We're talking to a guy who's been pretty busy for a few years. Phil Boyle, president of the Meadows, a community that goes way back to the 70s, but has had an interesting evolution.
It has. It was a community that was the creation of a fellow named Taylor from England. He was responsible for the building of the Channel in England, and he had a dream. He apparently had spent some time in the Sarasota Gulf Coast area, discovered this property over here back in the day, and his dream was the Meadows community. It's a very diverse community. It was a recreational community with tennis, golf, hiking, biking, all of the outdoor sports. We have it all here at the Meadows, and we're also proximate to downtown Sarasota. We're proximate to the airport. It's an easy in and it's easy out, and anyone who's interested in a golf course in Southwest Florida really ought to take a look at the Meadows.
The wildlife and the mature foliage on this property is amazing.
Each morning and all throughout the day, the birds that congregate on our course enjoy the environment as much as we enjoy the environment. Of course, we have our share of alligators here. They're a sight to behold.
You bit the bullet. Closed for 8 months. I'm going to take a wild guess that you're pretty proud of the job done.
We had the patience to wait for it to happen. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of positivity about what we did. The new architectural plan ideas for bunkering and recontouring the greens and reshaping the fairways.
For those people who are thinking about membership but maybe not ready to make that plunge yet, is there a little preview available?
Well, there is. It's a good question, Tony. We have 2 other golf courses that are part of the Meadows community. They're both semi-private, so people that both live within the Meadows and those who don't live within the Meadows or don't belong to the Meadows private club can participate in those 2 golf courses. One is a very special executive style course. It's about 4,500 yards long. It was designed by a noted architect, Arthur Hills. Not all par 3s, it's got a par 5 on it, it's got some par 4s. It appeals to beginners. It appeals to women because it's not as long. And to the skilled golfer, it is a very challenging little course to play.
Good practice.
Good practice.
The Highlands?
The Highlands is a wonderful 18-hole championship style course.
And the Highlands is 2 totally different 9s.
Well, it is. It's a par 72 on the front 9. It's a windy, challenging, tree-shrouded series of holes. On the back 9, it's more wide open. It challenges the big hitters. It carries long, but it's a fair course, and it's every bit as difficult to play and shoot par as the Meadows.
Exciting times at the Meadows Country Club in Sarasota, Florida. The rebirth of this historic golf course, and a reopening, a reawakening, and all of this a bridge from the past to the future, thanks to the Traveling Golfer. We hope you enjoyed this show. Thanks to all the folks here at the Meadows for their help. And once again, we hope to see you somewhere along the golf trail with the Traveling Golfer.
When shooting the show, staff stays at the Even Hotel, right off I-75 in Sarasota. Official sponsors of the Traveling Golfer include Bridgestone, providing distance, feel, and accuracy from tee to green. Tour Edge, equipment that gives you the leading edge both in price and performance. Swing Dish and Covell, fresh new apparel making you look great on and off the golf course.